What the actual flip is social enterprise? No one tells you how hard it is to make YouTube videos. Like, I'm sure there are people who just, sit down in front of a camera or whip out their iPhone or their whatever and just manage to reel off like an amazing YouTube video. But I find it really difficult. So it's taken me longer than I would have liked to record this video about social enterprise and what the actual flip social enterprise is. Because it was really popular last time, I thought what I would do is just run through a few of the most frequently asked questions. Now, just to give you a bit of background, I have been involved with social enterprises for a while now, like 3 or 4 years. I have a few. I work a lot. I try to work as much as I can with people who have social enterprises. And Plymouth is one of the 2 largest social enterprise cities in the country, but not that many people really know about it. I mean, within the social enterprise sector, within the voluntary and community sector, lots of people know about social enterprises, but the everyday person on the street doesn't realise what a great opportunity they've got with social enterprise and how well Plymouth does in that particular sector. So I thought I would just make a really quick video just to answer a few of the most commonly asked questions that I get when I speak to people and we talk about social enterprise. So the first one is, what is social enterprise? And now, it's a perfectly valid question, and the answer is it's a lot of things. Social enterprises are businesses, and they exist to help the people that in the community, help their customers, make a difference to the environment. They're there not purely for profit. Now, I'm going to be really careful here not to conflate an explanation of what social enterprise is as a concept versus the like myriad of different business structures and ways in which you can set up an organisation that will benefit a community or an environmental area or whatever that might be. We might cover business structures another time because it is really interesting, and there are lots and lots of different ways to achieve your business aims using different structures, and different structures have different advantages and disadvantages. That's probably too much for us to go into today, so I'm not going to do that. But I think it's fair to say that social enterprises don't just account for profit. They also look at the people that use those services, the customers, the people that work in the businesses, the environment that the business operates within, and in a very real way, social enterprise encompasses one of the rules that we have working at Think Tank, which is don't be a dick. It's really, really simple. It doesn't only have to be, business doesn't only have to be about making profit. It should be about making people's lives better too. So that's the most common question, and it's quite a big one. Like, what is social enterprise? But yeah, I think I've covered it there. There's plenty more. There's plenty more around that subject, and we will get into it more in the future, but not for this video. The next question is, how do social enterprises work? Just like all other businesses, in fact, depending on their structure, some are cooperatives, some are limited companies. There are lots and lots of different ways in which you can run a social enterprise. I just noticed that there is like a weird crackling noise up there. And I don't know whether that's like the gods of social enterprise, like trying to attract my attention, or whether my lamp might be about to burst into flames, or the bulb's about to go. So what I'm going to do is just check that out quickly. I'll be right back. Nope, no idea. So yeah, they work just like normal businesses. They have differences in some are limited by shares, some are limited by guarantee. They are different from traditional limited companies and businesses in that they almost exclusively will have an asset lock, which means that if the business goes bust, you can't just sell off the assets that the business has accumulated and make yourself rich and go and live on a boat somewhere. They need to be transferred to another social enterprise, which can be a bit of a barrier to gaining investment. However, there are ways around that, and also if you're looking for investment from people who are only interested in making a profit, then that may be something you want to consider if you're setting up a social enterprise. Okay, what's the next question? Should I make my new business a social enterprise? Yeah, probably. Like if you want to make the world a better place and you want to help people, and there is a stigma about social enterprises, and it's that if you are doing something that you love and you are helping people, it's not okay to make money. And I've got direct experience of this. I've had this conversation with lots of people, and it's just not true. The aim of every social enterprise should be to make money, because without money you can't continue to do good things. And that's not to say that making money should be the sole consideration, but doing things for free, giving things away, doing stuff too cheap are all bad business decisions, and they're not any less bad for a social enterprise than they are for a mainstream, more traditional limited company. So yes, I think you should make your business a social enterprise. I think that the more social enterprises, the better. If it suits your business structure and you want to help make the world a better place, then yes, absolutely. If there is, there are some cases where there's incompatibility, so it's difficult because of the asset lock to give things away if you're a social enterprise. And things like loaning money and stuff like that are difficult. However, you can have a limited company which has social aims, which has parts of its constitution include things like voluntary asset lock and things like that. I'm not going to give you loads of advice on that at the moment, also because most of the time I'm still finding things out myself. But yes, if there is a way that you can see running your business not just for profit but also for making the world a better place, yes, you absolutely should make it a social enterprise of some sort. And the last question is, where could I get help on my social enterprise idea? Because Plymouth is such a really big social enterprise city, that's actually relatively easy. The first place I would suggest is looking for, and I'm going to link all of these below in the description. The first place I would suggest is the School for Social Entrepreneurs based in Dartington. I'm on their current startup cohort. I'm getting lots of advice, lots of help, lots of assistance, a little bit of money. The guys there are fantastic. If they can't answer the question straight away, they will find someone who can. The study days are amazing. Like, people come in, experts come in and give their time to give you an idea about how they've set things up, how they've run their business, advice about accounting, advice about structures, just general business stuff. It's a really good program to get on. It can be difficult to get onto it. There are a number of interview stages, and if you'll find it nerve-wracking if you're not very confident talking in front of strangers. But honestly, it's worth getting over because it's a great program to get onto. They also do Trading Up one, and I think they've just opened now. I will link it below just to make sure that you can get through to that. If you've got like a community group or something that's starting up, then in Plymouth there is Pop and Pop Plus. They are fantastic. They've got a lot of great things going on, and can point you in the direction of not just things like where to get funding from if you're looking for funding. We'll talk about funding just really quickly in a second, but they will also be able to help you with a number of things like workshops, free workshops on where to get funding and applications, all that sort of stuff. The Plymouth Social Enterprise Network is another fantastic resource within Plymouth. They are sort of an umbrella organisation that represents social enterprise in the city and across the world. In fact, I think they've been in Lithuania this week, of all places. Fantastic help and support there. More knowledgeable people about social enterprise you couldn't possibly hope to find. So yes, definitely check those out. And then within the city there are a number of amazing social enterprises. So you've got people like Rio, like Nudge Community Builders, and they're doing fantastic things that benefit the city, that benefit the environment, that benefit the economy, I would say probably most importantly. And they are definitely worth looking up if you're interested in social enterprise. So that's it really, except to say, if you think that setting up a social enterprise is a thing to do just so you can get your hands on funding, I have bad news for you. It's not that easy. it's a really frustrating question to be asked. It's like, where can I get funding from? Everybody likes free money. I'm not going to, no one is going to disagree with that. Everybody likes free money. However, setting up a social enterprise just to have access to funds, that kind of makes me mad a little bit, quite a bit. You should be setting up a business because you want to trade and do well at trading. You've got a good business idea, you've got good service, whatever that might be. You should make it a social enterprise because you want the side effect of being able to make money and do a good job, to do good for the community and for the world. And funding, if you should be eligible for it and if you should be in need of it, should be an addition to that core business, not a replacement for it. I get really ranty about this because there are lots of businesses that come in and start up as social enterprises, look for funding, get funding, do something and then fail. And that effectively means that money, although it may short term have been really helpful to some people, has been sort of lost in the ether. And I would really rather see social enterprises, in fact all businesses, to be more sustainable, and that funding allows, any additional funding allows them to do extra great stuff on top of their core business. I'm sure there are probably people who disagree with me. I don't care, because this is one of those, you get those things where you're like, oh, I quite like this, or I quite like that. Like, this is one of the things I'm passionate about. Social enterprise is a force for good. I believe that in time all businesses will become social enterprises, and then we'll just call it enterprise, and we can all do a Mexican wave or something. But we're not going to get there if people are just using it as a way to vulture over funding. And if you've already done that and you're watching this video, I'm sorry if you think I'm being mean about you, and I'm sure that whatever you're doing is fantastic. But please try to consider the core business first, and then funding as an addition on top of that. So that's it for now. I will probably be back shortly with another video. I'm going to try really, really hard not to leave it so long between the next one. I think it was like 2 weeks instead of a week, and I've been like, oh, new video coming soon, new video coming soon. But then running a bunch of businesses and being a massive coward in front of a camera makes it difficult to sit down and do these. So thanks very much for watching. Ask any questions that you like in the comments, send me emails, whatever you want to do. If you've got ideas for things that you'd like to know more about, then let me know about those as well. And other than that, I will see you soon.